As an identical twins, we have our fun share of oh my god, of fun and beautiful moments. But in today's video,
we're going to be sharing the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to us
as identical twins. Yeah, we've had a lot of beautiful. We even have some awkward and some, are we going to call it scary moments that has happened to us. But in today's video, we actually want to talk about the most embarrassing things. As identical twins, we do attract stares wherever we're going to. So anywhere we're going to, we normally attract stares. Like, people are always like admiring us. Some people like,
like how identical we look. I feel like twins in general, we're always like the center of attraction wherever we are.
Yeah, especially when we now put on for we twins that put on the same outfit every day. It's very easier for people to be like, oh my god, these are twins. So Wealth, she doesn't like physical touch, much as mine. Like, I love physical touch a lot, but Wealth has this afraid or moderate physical touch than me. So we were going out in a very sunny, beautiful day, and I was like, we are putting on I think it's a slide.
Yeah.
And that slide has this kind of like, I don't know, the sole is a little bit too smooth for the ground. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. There's some slide that you don't have to wear it on a very surface that is very like, I don't know how to put it. There's some surface that are very, very smooth that whenever you wear a slide on it,
you can slip on it. So that was the slide that we wore that day when we were going out. And I was like, just because people are staring at us, I feel like, my god, beautiful twins. So, like, if people are giving you compliments, it kind of make your head swell up. So I was
So Beauty told me, let us hold hands. I told her, I don't want to hold hands. I said, let's walk separately. And she was like, no.
I said, let's what we're about to tell you, trust me, she still have some traumatic experience from me, because till today she doesn't allow me, she doesn't want me, not like every time, but sometimes she'll be like, I don't want that experience, that incident to repeat himself. So I was telling her, like, let's hold hand, because the way people are complimenting us up and down,
she just wants us to look more to me like that than we already are. And she said, let's hold hand. And I was like, okay, no, just for me not to embarrass. I was like, and we hold hands like this, like we hold
our hands
like this.
And as we are going, there is like a gallop that goes down like this. So people are saying, oh my god, look at twins. Some people are even calling attention of their maybe friends, relatives, or siblings that, oh, look at these beautiful twins girls that are going. So as we're about to pass that slide down, Wealth and I we just slipped.
We slipped down,
like,
and we met ourselves on the floor. Guys, if I tell you that was the most embarrassing, assuming people are never like, we're not the center of the attraction that day, I wouldn't have really felt bad. Everybody was like, oh my god,
like, that shout, when people shout, like, it's kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but when people are admiring, and it's just like a lady putting on a heel, and people are like looking at her,
and she fell.
And she fell. How people are going to shout, I'm like, oh my god. So that Wealth and I, we fell on the floor that day. We slipped on the floor and we fell down. And some people are like, oh my god, oh, they fell down. Oh my god, sorry. Like, it was to be honest, I couldn't stand up. What was able to stand up very quickly, but when you fell down, that shame, I just stood there like I say I fainted. And it was we will never forget it.
It was one of the most embarrassing days of our life.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, it's embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. It's very embarrassing. I wish I have a very vivid picture to show you guys. Like, it's very embarrassing.
Yeah.
The second most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to us as twins is there was a day me and Betty were actually going out as well. So I picked a clothes because that clothes was my favorite clothes. And mind you, the clothes was a trouser. So I told Betty, let us put on the trouser. And Betty was saying that the trouser has a little bit torn at the down part, and I thought that, don't worry, we can stitch up with needle and thread. Let's just wear it out. I just love the cloth. I was just like, let's stitch it up, and we stitch it up. And I was like, okay, let's go. So we're already going on the way. We're already working fine and everything. And the next thing we had was a turn, and the trouser just got torn. Got out of the way. Mind you, we don't go along with any other clothes. The top we're putting on the trouser cannot really cover the top.
Very short.
Very short top. Wasn't covering it at the down. So Betty and I, we have to be walking like beggars.
Like, we were literally walking like a beggar.
You understand?
This is how we were walking. So she'll be in the front, and I'll be at her back like that. So people were looking at us, and they were like, what's
wrong with this
Like,
girl?
what's wrong with this girl? Like, what? It's very embarrassing because even though normally we attract audience, but I feel like it's kind of doubled that day because people are like, oh, look at them.
And you know that it's at that moment that you feel like people are looking you more, and you feel like, oh my god, I think they get that. One of us really is torn. You know, it's not like that was because when people look at you too much, when you're okay, you dress okay, you don't really care when people are saying that to you. But when something happens to you, you're like, oh my god, I think this person has got. That's why the person is staring.
Like it was so embarrassing that because people were staring at us and they were like, something is fishy. Like, why are they walking that way? Because we were literally walking behind each other and we were very close, as if we were like a conjoined twins that day. Like, it was so embarrassing to be honest. The third most embarrassing thing that have ever happened to us as a twin is dragging one of us into the same
drama,
into a drama.
Is that is unknown to the other.
Yes, let's put it that way. I feel like it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Whereby we drag each other into a drama that the other one is obvious to. So this actually happened to me and I dragged her into the drama. So there was a day I was going to a supermarket to get something, and I was more familiar with the sales representative. I was more familiar with. So anytime we go there, he knows us as twins. But anytime one of us go, we normally like just she chats as he attends to us. So that day I went there to get some things. I met him and we was actually chatting, but I met an old man, probably in his 40s or 50s. I met him there. He was actually talking with the cashier that he wanted some cash and stuff like that. So the old man was actually talking like maybe like, oh, please give me the cash. No, you need to give me the cash on time. So, but the way he was talking was kind of funny to me. So I was kind of like smacking behind him. I was smacking. So when he said it was coming, so I thought the old man already left. So I just faced the cashier and I said, oh my God, that bald man. I just said, oh my god, that bald man has left. Only for me to turn. and I was facing the old man.
The other one was there standing.
I won't lie to you, I was so embarrassed, so I ran out. Because I was so ashamed. When you tell some tea and you're actually telling the tea to the tea. I don't know if that makes sense. So I ran out because I was so ashamed.
I mean, that was very obvious, like that. I didn't even know what drama was going on because I was expecting Beauty. I was like, oh, she should be home by this time. So I was like, okay, let me go and check up on her. So I entered into the supermarket and I was asking the sales attendant, like, have you seen my sister? And he was asking me back, like, why are you pretending? Like, to him, it felt like it was still my sister.
Yeah.
So he was asking me back again and I said, why? He was even laughing. He thought I was joking with him. He thought maybe because of the situation that happened, maybe I came back to come and pretend. I was like, stop it, don't worry, it's okay, it's no matter, everybody upset. So the man faced me and the man was telling me, you called me a bad man. I was like, me? I've never called you a bad man. He was like, I've never. It was like, it's you. They said something. I was done telling him that, or maybe it was the second one. I was like, but my twin sister, we can never call you a bad. We can never call you a bad man. I was so like,
she was so confident.
I was so confident. I was like, no. The one was like, no. If it wasn't you, and if it was you, you actually did call me a bad man. I was like, no, it wasn't me. So I think Beauty.
So it was at that moment I was just coming back. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go inside and go and apologize. So I didn't know that she was already there. So I was just like, let me just go inside and go and apologize. Like, it wasn't like I called him crazy or anything. So I just called him bad, and obviously it was a bad man, so I think he should have very countless time from another people, not just only me. So I walked in and I saw my two sisters arguing completely like, no, none of us will ever do that to another person. None of us. I just walk in, I walk that walk of shame. Just came.
Don't talk again. She did like this. Don't talk again. I was like, no, thank God my sister is here. You see, we can never. The mom was like, we're just like this. I just keep not talking again.
No, so one first man was like, what happened? I was like, yeah, I called you
a bad man.
And there was a moment of silence, like,
or just like this. Oh, we're so sorry.
We're so sorry.
We're so sorry, sir. And like, I'm like, it was guys. Now we can laugh about it, but then it's so embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Very embarrassing because I was so confident that we can never do that. Then we are still young then, so it's not like now. Like, that's what she can use to. Like, it was so funny. Like,
it was so funny.
We have to walk.
we have to
Workout.
walk out, and the way we walked out, you know, like
You
when
know,
your leg is
are not
like
straight.
glued to the ground, and you have to force it. So we were not walking out. Immediately we got home, wealth burst out.
I was like,
why would you do that? Why did you say this? Now, if that man sees me, he's not going to know that you're the one. He's going to think, oh, just the girl that called me back. So we have a lot of fun, embarrassing moments. So if you guys actually enjoyed this video, let us know. We can do a part 2.
yeah, we can actually do a part 2.